Welcome to Unbreakable Mindset. Before we dive in, let me hit you with something real. Have you ever looked in a mirror and felt like a stranger was staring back at you? Like deep down, you know you're capable of more. You feel it in your gut, but something invisible keeps holding you back? It's not the people around you. It's not your circumstances. It's not bad luck. It's something much quieter, much more dangerous. It's your own mind. The truth is, we all live with a voice inside our heads. That voice can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. And for most of us, it's become a relentless critic, telling you you're not good enough, convincing you that your dreams are too big, reminding you of every mistake you've ever made, like a broken record that never stops playing. That voice, that's the enemy. That's the war we're here to fight. This isn't some motivational fluff. This is about survival. Because if you don't learn to kill your negative thoughts, they will kill your potential. They'll suffocate your confidence, poison your peace, and bury your goals before they ever had a chance to live. You'll find yourself stuck in cycles, starting, stopping, doubting, quitting, again and again, until one day you wake up and realize you're living a life that isn't even close to what you dreamed. But here's the good news. You're not powerless. The fact that you're here, watching this, listening, breathing, it means something. It means there's still fight left in you. It means you still got a spark. And that's all we need to light a fire. From this moment forward, I need you to decide one thing. That you are done being a prisoner of your own mind. You are done letting fear, doubt, and insecurity call the shots. You are ready to take your power back. This is the beginning. This is where the shift happens. Right here, right now, you begin your transformation, not into someone new, but into who you were always meant to be. Strong, focused, unstoppable. Break the chains. You are not your thoughts. Let's continue. Now that you've made the decision to rise, we need to address the chains that have kept you bound for so long. And those chains, they aren't made of metal. They're made of thoughts. Silent, repetitive, ruthless. Thoughts that echo in your mind like a drumbeat of defeat. I'm not enough. I always mess up. I'll never change. What's the point? Sound familiar? Let me tell you something that might just change your life. You are not your thoughts. Read that again. You are not your thoughts. Just because a thought enters your mind doesn't mean it's true. The mind is a battlefield, and sometimes it becomes the breeding ground for fear, doubt, guilt, and self-sabotage. But those thoughts, they are not facts. They are habits. Habits created by pain, by past failures, by the opinions of others, by trauma you never asked for, but carried anyway. And here's the kicker. Most of those negative thoughts didn't even start with you. They were planted by a cruel comment from someone you trusted, by a mistake that haunted you, by a system that made you feel small. And over time, they became so loud, so constant, that you began to believe them. You accepted them as part of your identity. But that ends today. Because here's what they don't tell you. You can rewire your mind. You can take those broken, toxic thought patterns and replace them with thoughts that serve you, build you, strengthen you. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens with intention, repetition, and unshakable belief in the future you're building. Every time you hear that voice say, "I can't," you respond with, "Watch me." Every time it says you'll fail, you say, "I learn, I grow, I rise." You don't run from your darkness. You face it. And you prove to yourself that you're stronger than anything that's ever tried to break you. This is where the real work begins. Killing your negative thoughts isn't a one-time act. It's a daily decision, a discipline. You have to be relentless. You have to guard your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. Your peace, your power, your purpose, they all start in your head. From this day forward, you will become aware of your thoughts. You will challenge them. You will refuse to let negativity live rent-free in your mind. Instead, you will start feeding your thoughts with vision, with self-respect, with gratitude, with hunger to evolve. You're not just surviving anymore. You're taking control. You're stepping into the role of the master of your mind, not its victim. And when you do that, when you learn to discipline your thoughts, you unlock a level of freedom that no one can take from you. Rebuild the rise of an unbreakable mindset. Now that we've shattered the chains of those toxic thoughts, it's time to rebuild, because clearing out the negativity is only half the battle. Once you've torn down the lies, the doubts, and the limiting beliefs, you're left with something even more powerful, a blank slate. And on that slate, we begin to create the mindset of a warrior, of a fighter, of someone who refuses to fold, no matter what life throws their way. You see, an unbreakable mindset isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's not about fake positivity or smiling through the pain. No, it's about grit. It's about the ability to look chaos in the eye and say, I'm still standing. It's about falling to your knees in defeat and then using that same ground to push yourself back up every single time. But let me be honest with you, it won't be easy. Building a strong mind is like training a muscle. It requires repetition, effort, pain, and consistency. Every day, life will test you. There will be mornings when you wake up tired, frustrated, anxious. Days when nothing goes your way. People will doubt you. Life will throw setbacks at your plans like curveballs. But if your mind is trained, truly trained, you'll rise regardless. Because you'll have developed a mindset that doesn't need things to be easy to keep going. That kind of strength isn't built through comfort. It's forged in fire. It's built when you choose discipline over excuses. When you choose action over overthinking. When you keep showing up even when nobody's watching. Especially then. Because that's what separates the ones who talk from the ones who become. Every day, I want you to feed your mind with purpose. Read, listen, meditate, reflect, guard your energy. Surround yourself with people who push you, who challenge you to grow, not those who keep you stuck in who you used to be. Because here's a hard truth. If you don't program your own mind, the world will do it for you, and the world doesn't care about your potential. You've got to become the architect of your inner world. Start every day with intention. Choose thoughts that empower you. Create habits that align with who you're becoming. Speak to yourself like someone you believe in, because when you do that consistently, something amazing happens. You begin to believe it. And when belief sets in, nothing, not fear, not doubt, not failure, can stop you. You're not just escaping a negative mindset anymore. You're building a new reality. One thought at a time, one day at a time, one step at a time. Turn pain into power, your greatest weapon. Let's get something straight right now. Pain is not your enemy. I know that sounds insane, especially if you've been through hell, betrayal, heartbreak, failure, rejection, depression, anxiety, loss. The kind of pain that steals your breath, that makes you question everything, even your own worth. But hear me out, because this could be the most important truth you ever hear. Pain is your greatest weapon, if you learn how to use it. See, most people spend their whole lives running from pain, avoiding it, numbing it, drowning it out with distractions, addictions, fake friends, or chasing things that don't matter just to fill the void. But the problem is, pain that's ignored doesn't disappear. It just grows louder. It festers in silence. It turns into anger, into fear, into bitterness, into self-destruction. And if you don't deal with it, it will deal with you. But you're different. You're here for more. And that means you have to face your pain, not with fear, but with fire. Because within every ounce of pain you've ever felt is a seed of power, of resilience, of greatness. The same pain that nearly broke you can become the reason you rise higher than you ever thought possible. If, and only if, you choose to turn it into fuel. Let me tell you something that the strongest people in the world already know. Pain is the birthplace of growth. Every time you were knocked down and got back up, you built grit. Every time someone left you and you kept moving forward, you built strength. Every time you cried alone and wiped your own tears, you built independence. That pain didn't make you weak. It made you real. It forged you. It burned away who you thought you were. So you can discover who you really are. Let your pain teach you. Let it mold you. Don't bury it. Study it. Why did that moment break you? Why did that failure hurt so bad? Why did that person's words echo in your mind? There's power in those answers. Pain reveals the areas where we need healing and where we need to grow. And when you take that pain and transform it into purpose, you become unstoppable. Here's what most people will never understand. Your greatest purpose often comes from your deepest wounds. The things that hurt you the most might be the very thing you were put here to help others overcome. But you can't do that if you're still letting the pain control you. You've got to rise above it. Use it. Let it sharpen you. Let focus you. Let remind you every single day of why you won't quit, why you can't quit. The world respects strength, but it respects real strength, the kind that's built in the fire, not handed over. And that's what you're becoming. A person with scars, not shame. A person who can walk through the storm with their head held high. Not because they haven't known suffering, but because they turned their suffering into strength. So today, I want you to stop asking, why me? And start asking, what is this pain teaching me? What can I build from this? Because when you flip that switch, when you take control of the narrative, you don't just survive, you dominate. Discipline over emotion, build the new you. Now that you've broken the chains, rewired your thoughts, and turned your pain into power, it's time to address the one thing that separates dreamers from doers: discipline. Listen closely. Nothing you've heard so far will matter if you don't turn it into consistent, relentless, disciplined action. You can be the most inspired person in the room, overflowing with motivation and vision. But if you don't back it up with daily effort, your life will stay exactly the same. Motivation sparks the fire, but discipline keeps it burning. And discipline isn't glamorous. It's not flashy. It doesn't care how you feel. In fact, most days, it'll go against your feelings. Because your emotions will lie to you. They'll say, you're tired, skip the workout. You've had a rough day, don't work on your goals. It's not the right time. And every time you listen to that voice, you reinforce weakness. But every time you say, I don't feel like it, but I'm doing it anyway, you build a stronger version of yourself. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. And every day, you're either building that bridge or burning it down. The truth is, nothing changes until your habits change. Nothing improves until your daily routines align with the person you say you want to be. Want to be stronger? Show up and train, even when you're tired. Want to build a business? Grind through the boring work when nobody's clapping for you. Want to grow mentally and emotionally? Sit with your pain. Journal your thoughts. Meditate. Do the uncomfortable work that no one else sees. Success is not one big moment. It's thousands of small choices. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep. It's putting in the reps when it's boring. It's saying no to temporary pleasure so you can say yes to permanent progress. It's controlling your mind before the world tries to control it for you. That's where transformation happens. In the daily decisions no one is watching. And don't wait for motivation to strike. Some days it won't. And that's fine, because you don't rise by being motivated. You rise by being committed. You need to be the kind of person who doesn't wait to feel ready. You show up because it's who you are now, because you've decided that your goals are non-negotiable, that your future matters too much to keep playing small. Remember this: discipline is self-respect in action. It's you proving to yourself that you deserve more, that your dreams are worth fighting for, that your past does not define your future. Every time you choose discipline, you're casting a vote for the person you're becoming. So ask yourself, what are you doing daily to become that version of you? Not what you want to do someday, but what you're doing today, because your future self is watching. And they're either going to thank you or regret that you didn't start now. You've got the mindset. You've got the fire. Now it's time to build the habits, the routines, and the lifestyle that reflect who you're becoming. One brick at a time. One decision at a time. That's how you build an unbreakable life. Become the person no one can break. You've come this far. You've fought the mental battles, faced your pain, taken back control of your thoughts, and built the discipline that transforms vision into reality. Now, there's one final step: legacy. This isn't just about goals anymore. This isn't about motivation or hype or proving someone wrong. This is about stepping into your true identity. This is about becoming someone no one can break. Someone whose mind, heart, and soul are built for greatness. Let me ask you something real. What are you building with your life? What will you leave behind when the noise fades, when the struggles pass, when the people who doubted you disappear? What will people say about you when you're not in the room? That you were full of potential, or that you fulfilled it? That you dreamed big, or that you lived big? Because here's the truth. Your mindset doesn't just shape your days, it shapes your legacy. Legacy is not about money. It's not about fame. It's about impact. It's about the lives you touch, the strength you pass on, the example you set. It's about becoming someone your younger self would look up to and your future self will be proud of. It's about showing the people around you, your family, your friends, your community, that you can rewrite the story, that you can break the cycle, that you can go from pain to power, from doubt to discipline, from lost to legendary. And the most powerful part? You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to decide, right now, that your life will stand for more than just existing. That you're here to lead, to inspire, to live full out. That your name will be remembered, not because you were lucky, but because you were relentless. People think an unbreakable mindset means you're never afraid, never tired, never lost. No, an unbreakable mindset means that even when you're afraid, even when you're tired, even when life knocks the air out of you, you keep showing up, you keep climbing, you keep speaking life into yourself. And with every step, every action, every moment, you become more you, the real you, the you that was buried under fear and doubt for too long. So here's your final challenge. Live in legacy mode. Live with urgency. Live with intensity. Wake up every day with fire to become a version of yourself that nothing, not pain, not failure, not the past, can ever touch. Use your mind as your weapon. Use your pain as your fuel. Use your discipline as your armor. And walk through this world like a warrior with purpose. From now on, you don't just have an unbreakable mindset. You are one. This is your story. This is your rise. And this is just the beginning. We'll see you at the top.